Hey guys, today this is going to be an updated fire alarm collection video from my last one, which was in February of 2024. And that was over a year ago now, and I have acquired some more alarms in between now and then. And so yeah, I guess we'll get started. So, as you can see, or you won't see any alarms here yet. I'm gonna do this unlike the last collection video and maybe the other one as well, I think. I'm gonna be doing this in sections, so it's gonna be split up. Like pool stations are gonna be there, and then fire alarms are gonna be over there. No, just kidding. I'm gonna put these up after I'm done with these, and then grab out my alarms, then put those up. Grab out another category of alarms like horns, and then horn strobes and pull stations, blah blah blah. So anyways, guess we'll get this video started with the stuff that's currently on the mini system, and that which I'll get into in a minute, or get to in a minute. So anyways, this first well, this is a pull station. All these are pull stations. This first pull station is a Simplex. Oh wait, that's not the tag with the model on it. It's right here. 499 9001. This came from my middle school when they were placing their pull stations, because they put a new panel in. Because before they had a 4020 and now it's a 4100 ES, I think. But yeah, let's put the key back in. Actually, there we go, because I'm gonna need that. Alright, so this next alarm or pull station here is my Simplex. Okay, good. The board isn't falling unlike Mini System Test 6. 4263-1 coded pull station, which runs the code of 11, as you can see there. I'll do a cycle really quick, and you can see the pull station in action. There's the code wheel. So as you can see, there's 4 1-1 cycle patterns on it. And then back then, idiot me decided, I think that's code 222. Where the frick did that come from? I have no idea, to be honest. But yeah, you can see there's paint on the side, and then this outline on the top. One day I want to get like a decal thing that says like fire alarm or something to kind of cover that up, but I don't know how that would do. I'd probably have to get the paint off the top. Anyways, let's move on to this third one. If you've watched other fire alarm videos on my channel, you likely have seen this. This is a Simplex 4251-20 older style T-bar before the 2099s and 4099s. And it's hooked up to my current power supply for the mini system. I filmed the video with the mechanical horns the other night using this, and this was the pull station. I originally had the alarms just directly set up to the power supply, so I'd have to turn this knob and then have them sound off, and I would have to turn it back. Now I just grabbed this out and I just did it that way. So yeah, I guess that's all done. Let's move on to the next section of alarms. Alright, here is the next section of alarms. All of these are horns, or horn onlys, with no horn strobes. Yet they'll be in the next section, but anyways, here we go. Let's start this off with this alarm here, which is one of the earlier ones I got. So this, frick, come here. Stand up, there you go. This is a Simplex 12 volt AC 4050. And it is unknown if this thing works. Hope it does. But yeah. I don't know if there's a part missing on the back of mine, but usually something in the back is painted red, but I can't remember what it is. Might be this entire back section. I think that's what it is, but I don't know if it's missing anything. Hopefully not. Maybe it's just a paint chipped off, but I highly doubt that because of the I guess good quality of the paint that's still on it. So I don't know if it's just painted a different color, if it's missing something, but yeah. Let's see the volume screw there. Anyways, onto this one, which is a Wheelock 31T115 horn, which I got from one of my friends' fathers, the place he works at, they were replacing the alarms, and I was given this and some other fire alarm related things, including an eye strobe, which will be later in the video, but I don't know where the strobe mechanism is, so it's currently just a shell. But yeah, I hope to test this sometime in the future. Hold on, let me go over the ones that have been tested. So that, and that one too. So yeah, let's get to the third one. So this is a Wheelock MT-12/24. I think that's voltage. And in version 2, I'm thinking that means generation. But I am not really an expert on fire alarms, so don't take much of anything I say, or really say, seriously, because on some things I'm just guessing. So well, I mean, I'll grab this for a minute. Well, I mean, you can take some stuff I say seriously, because I know that's the date, and I don't know exactly what that proved, but okay. So yeah, hope to test this in the future, but then again, I don't really know what all this stuff is. Like, what is that? And I don't know if it's just intentionally missing a screw terminal, so it only has 3. Again, not an expert. So I'm guessing that might be like tone changer thing, where it's like horn and then chime and then siren. I can't remember if this has it or not. Might be thinking about Gentex Commander or something. But yeah, let's get to the next alarm, which I briefly showed or grabbed over here, and now it's back here. So this is my Simplex 4901-9805 mechanical horn, built in January of 1994. And yeah, I set this off the other night, in the testing video, and I don't think that's good. Apparently this, hope this doesn't, affect how it works, but okay. But I guess the circuits and stuff, whatever that stuff is exposed now, which I don't particularly, I think that's how you say it, like. And so yeah. Also, I don't know if strip. Hold on, I think I just got it. But yeah, you can also kind of tap it on the ground. It'll kind of vibrate a bit, but I don't want to do that too much. I don't want to damage any of this because it's exposed now. It's funny. Anyways, on to this one, which I have an unboxing video of, as well as these two. This is a Simplex 4040 6-volt model, serial number of A1, and yeah, I got this a year ago and stuff. I got it with the Faraday 2834, which will also be later in the video. But yeah, this is a cool alarm. It's, love how shiny it looks too, despite how old it probably is. I have no idea. Probably pretty freaking old. Though it is in pretty good condition. It's all like shiny and stuff, which is honestly great. At least we know that's in good condition. I don't know if, well, I'm sure it works, but it hasn't been tested, or at least not my ownership yet. So yeah, let's get to the next one, which was also in the testing video. So this is my Firelight B1. Well, the model's HD, but series B1. I just call it the B1. So you can see series B1 and an A1, both Vibratone horns. Both are also produced by Federal Signal, I believe. Pretty sure that one is still. And then these are that's the 350 series, I believe, and then that's the 450 series. So yeah, pretty good sounding alarm. High pitch to it too. I mean, I think that's standard on Vibratone horns, but yeah. So anyways, on to this one. Yeah, I guess I'll do. This right here is my Simplex 2901 9840 horn, 21 to 28 volts, but I usually just use it on 24, which is what I used it on the recent video. 87 decibels at 10 feet, minimum supply, I think. And then we have some random letters that spell out ah. I have no idea why I did that, but anyways. It's honestly funnier in my head. T. I don't know what that means. And it also does the thing where you can like kind of tap it on the ground. Hopefully something doesn't fall off of this, unlike the 9805. Yeah, that's what the model is. So yeah, Please stop falling for a minute. Anyways, on to this one, which is... Hope I didn't just break some there. That didn't sound too good. Another Simplex 6-volt AC 4040. These are AC powered horns, by the way. In case any of you didn't notice, which I'm sure is like basically no one who knows a lot about fire alarms, but yeah. This one is gray. Also has the tag on this one's also in pretty good shape. So shiny, basically looks new. Which is also some I like. Oh, let me see if there are any differences on these tags. Patent. Wait, why am I looking at the patent numbers? They're obviously the same. I think this one might be better than 5835. If anyone knows what that means, I would like to know. So yeah, these are basically just the same alarm. They just look different. And then this one having the flush mount plate, which I might put other alarms behind. Earlier, I took the flush mount plate off of that one, and then put the horn behind there, and it didn't look too bad. Might do that sometime. And then this one, this is my first alarm, which you probably already know if you've seen the other collection videos. The first one I haven't watched in a while is probably cringe. Like half of the mini system test videos I made. That's why I'm restarting the series soon, or I'll try to anyway. So this is a EST Genesis G1F. I'm not sure what the M stands for, but that might be the actual model. I'm just going to refer to it as the GF, or G1F. So you can see that. Designed in US, made in... Is that Canada? I'm not sure. I would think it would have CA on it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That could be Canada, that could be anything else. And this has been recording the tag for like, I don't know, 20 seconds. So yeah. Like I said, this is first fire alarm I got. I remember the price too. It's $18.18. And I remember it too because it had an image of a white Genesis, but it actually had a strobe. So when it came, I was like, oh, is this a cover for the strobe? And so I tried taking it off, but nope, just a horn. So I'll probably try and get another EST Genesis one day with a strobe. I'd also like a chime as well. So yeah, let's move on to section 3 of the fire alarm collection. Alright, here is section 3 of the fire alarm collection. This is horn strobes and strobes, because I didn't feel like separating them into different categories. Also, look at Goofy Shadow. Anyways, I have no idea why I did that. But yeah, anyways, here is the first alarm. And I don't think I've stated this, but I think this is my favorite. For reasons. I don't know why, I just love it. This is my I don't know what that is, some in the background. This is my 1980 Wheelock 7002-24. The variant with the fire lettering on the top of the strobe as well as on the front, making this somewhat rare, or rarer. 6796, I don't know what that means. There's the date code thing there. And there is the model again. Patent number. And I think there was something else on the back. Nah, I'll probably think of another one. But yeah, anyways, as you've seen in videos of this testing, it is not the healthiest sounding. Well, it can keep a steady pitch when it's at like 18, but then gets raspy at like 24 volts, as you saw in the video. Or when I tested it at 20, it sounded, it wasn't all raspy and stuff, but yeah, so let's move on to this one. This here, for the longest time, I thought this was either a numbering error or just something really rare. It might be the latter, but I'm not sure. So this is a Simplex 4903 9136. This is I'll call this vertical. I think that's what it is. Vertical mounted 15 candela speaker strobe, built in February of 1993. Now, thing is, when I try and look up the model, there is nothing. I did find a site, though, that claims this did exist, and it was eventually replaced by the Simplex 4903 9147 and 521780A, which is another thing that I've kind of connected into this interesting model. So I'm thinking this is like an early production speaker strobe model, or at least the 9100 series, like 9130s, 40s and stuff. The audio visual, I think. But yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a theory I have. This is the first produced audio visual speaker strobe model produced by Simplex. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the A is also some yeah. So yeah, this could be a prototype or just early production model and isn't common. They probably produced it for a short time. And yeah. And the speaker is inside. I'll drag it out sometime later. Anyways, on to this next alarm, which is also Simplex. I don't have the plate out here, but I can remember the model. This is a Simplex 4903 9426 True Alert. 4-wire. I'm pretty sure it's 4-wire Smart Sync free run True Alert, which is probably the reason why the strobe doesn't flash, because it might be set on Smart Sync. But I thought I heard that the strobe flashes like once and then it just doesn't for the rest of the time it's activated, but I've never seen it flash once at all. So either the strobe is broken or I'm wrong about the Smart Sync. So feel free to correct me in the comments if they're enabled, that is. I'll probably have to make a community post later so you guys can comment on this video. But yeah, let's move on to these two, which are my Simplex 4903 9101 strobe plates, which have been seen in action in some of my mini system test videos. And yeah, I put the True Alert on one of these, along with the B1 horn, but boy, you haven't seen that. And the 4040, and I can't remember what else, if anything else. But anyways, hope to get these on the mini system, and yeah, you can see them in future videos. So anyways, these next four are Edwards 20278T remote strobes. Is this the one? No, let's find it. Oh, here it is. This is one of the missing screw terminal. Easy fix, just screw a terminal in there and there you go. I tested all of them, excluding this one because missing screw terminal, and all of them do work, which is well, that's good. There we go. Now it isn't much of a code violation anymore. It's not like it's mounted on. It's not like it's on a system or anything. But you know what I'm saying. Or do you? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Honestly, I don't know either. Anyways, on to this last alarm. Well, I'd have to unscrew that, but this is my Faraday 2834 horn strobe, which you've also seen in action. I think in like two videos. 2 or 3. I think, because Me System Test 6. Or did that have the Genesis? I can't remember. I think Mini System Test 6 had this, along with System Test 7, which is the most recent one I've done, where it was paired up with the True Alert, and I used the new power supply for the first time, which was pretty cool. So yeah, this thing's pretty loud. It's pretty nice too. This also came with the red 4040, not the one with the flush mount grill, or the flush mount plate thing. Yeah, this came with my first 4040 that I got, and I did an unboxing video of that. Kind of cringe, in my opinion. I think. I know my older fire alarm videos are kind of, in my opinion, they kind of suck. Some of them are okay, but others, yeah, I don't really like all that much. I'll keep them up, but yeah. So anyways, on to the next section. Alright, here is the last section of fire alarms for the video. So we've already seen these three, the 499, 4263-1, and the 4251. But we have not seen these in this video anyway, because if you've watched the other collection videos, or in this case, in the case of this one, the unboxing video of it, you have seen these before. I don't know. I just like kind of forgot what I was saying. I swear I need a script for these things. Anyways, grab this and put that in there because I'm gonna need it. Alright, so first off, here we have this. Here we have, it's giving me the hex key. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically, I don't know, I just thought of it being funny, like giving me the finger. Yeah, whatever. This is a, hold on, pull it really quick. A common sight in buildings, by far. I need to open it, it's kind of hard to open. Alright, I got it open. My Firelight BG12, again, really common pull station to see in buildings. New buildings anyway. But yeah, you have the switch here. There it's normal and then activated. You can just flip the switch. And yeah. You see the wires on the back. I assume there would be 2 wires going there if you want to connect this to another alarm. And then that. What is that? Is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, I think it's the power thing. Kind of like... okay, this one. Kind of like what that is. Basically the same thing, I'm fairly certain. You can also see the inside of it, which is pretty cool. This will definitely be going on the mini system, or in the future when those videos come out. And I'm going to try to have one out maybe by the end of this month or maybe next week. But don't hold me to that, because I might put it off. Knowing me. Crap. Great, now for some stupid reason I keep forgetting how hard it is to lock this freaking thing. Come on! Stupid. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna sometime in the future I'm gonna get a BG12L or LX, because then it will actually have like a lock where you need a key. And I'm gonna tell you a story really quick. So before I had a Simplex B key, and I had the 97. Oh wait, I'll tell when I get to it. Anyways, just put that back in there. Still giving me the finger. Guess this is what I get for leaving it neglected on the little table by my bed for months without touching it. True story. Because I just couldn't think of what to do with it. Well, I mean, mini system, but I wasn't into fire alarms for a few months, and now I'm back into them. Probably for like, I don't know, a month, maybe a few months. Maybe I'll stay into fire alarms again. And I'll get back into sirens. I'm still into sirens. And trains, I don't think I'm ever not into trains. But anyways, let's move on. So this right here is my Simplex Chevron pull station. Let me get it open really quick. Hopefully this doesn't give me the same trouble as the BG12 did. And luckily it didn't. Simplex 4251-111. I might call it 111. I think I call it 111, or I might even call it 111. I don't know. And it has the Mercury switch, which I assume is, I'm pretty sure it's that button, because I think others have switches. And I've had this on the mini system before. If you dare to go back and watch those videos, which I think are cringe, but I don't remember. I haven't watched them in a while. But yeah, let's put this back in there so it's safe and doesn't get lost. Alright, so now I can tell the story. So before, I had this B key right here. Simplex B key. I accidentally ordered the wrong key was ordered, and what ended up coming instead was a Firelight 17003 key, which I think goes with the BG12s or just the pull stations and stuff in general. But yeah, so we had to reorder a. So we had, well, I still have the 17003 because I never got rid of it. But we got the B key I think a few days later. And luckily this thing was unlocked, so as soon as I This is a Simplex 2997.95 addressable T-bar. Okay, now I can say. And luckily this thing was unlocked. So when I pulled it, it's not like, oh yeah, you have to wait a week to be able to reset it because you don't have a B key yet. And so yeah. There are wires, there are parts of wires in there, and they're stripped, I think. And so I don't know if this thing works or will work anymore, unfortunately. It was my first pull station, and it ain't going away. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, I'm never gonna get rid of it. And then these next four are 425120s, like that one. All 5 of these came in the same lot, but they're sold as for parts. And then this one is the only one that I know that works because, well, you've seen the videos. And I'm fairly certain all of these might work, except for this one. You wanna know why? It's a shell with a key on it. I might try and put it on that one. Probably not though. I don't even know how to get them off. And also something else I'm wondering about that I might also need help or want help on is the design of these locks. Because on other videos on YouTube that I've seen of 425120s, I have not seen this design of lock. I like calling them gumdrop locks because I don't know why, they just remind me of a gumdrop. And then this one don't have a lock at all. But it almost certainly had. Oh wait, I think I have the lock of that one inside. But I can't remember if it was on that one. Blah, whatever. So, what I'm gonna plan to do with these is either maybe sell them like in the future of some point. This one did have a T-bar handle. I took it off and put it on one of these. I think it was this one. Yeah, may have been because there aren't any like screw things to hold it down. That's why this one's kind of crooked. But this one might also be in working. Oh, frick, I forgot this one didn't have the terminals on the back like that one does. Might have to borrow that's not even the right one. Might have to borrow those from these. Or I might put a handle on that one, call it a day. But I've also been thinking about trying to convert this into like a key operated one by putting something in there to like keep the button pressed in. But I do not know if that's ever gonna happen because I am lazy. So that. But I like this one because of how smoothly it opens. Unlike this one where it like gets stuck here. And then this one is also smooth when opening. So I might try. I'm planning to do a video in the future of me just testing every single pull station on the mini system, especially these, because I want to know if these work or not. Anyways, finally, let's get on to these. This next one here, which you've seen in a community post, I think. That is, if you've even seen it, or if you've even seen a community post. This also came from my school, by the way. This is a Simplex 2098-9652 smoke detector, or I don't know. I think it's a smoke detector. And I think this is 4-wire, if I'm correct. I don't know these last 4. I don't know what a shield is. And then the last 2 I think are negative. But if someone knows, I'm sure people know what shield is, but if anyone knows, can you feel free to explain in the comments what that means, because I have no clue. And here is the Federal Signal eye strobe that was mentioned earlier in the video of the 31T. As you can see, like I said earlier, it's a shell, and it is a 120 volts AC strobe. Can't remember if I said that earlier in the video. I don't think I did, but I also may have. Feel free to guess what that means. But yeah, Valve strobe series T1 trust at Railfan. The Railfan in me is showing. But yeah, Federal Signal logo, Federal Signal Corporation, not for fire alarm. Excuse me, but what is this then? What is this? Is this a manufacturing error? But what? Not for fire alarm. What the heck? Stupid. I can't remember if I made a joke about that in another video, but come on. Not for fire alarm use. What does fire mean? Well, you're like trying to locate a fire extinguisher, and you're like, where's a fire extinguisher? Then all of a sudden this starts magically flashing, and you're like, oh, there's one. Why can't you just use a fire extinguisher sign where it has an arrow and it points to the fire extinguisher? What the heck? Okay, I'll move on. I'm sorry. I got a little angry. This here is the trim plate that came with the 9136, the 4903 9136. And it is a 4905 9908, which is cool. Oh yeah, just like all of this down here, except for that. And, well, I guess I'll count these as just miscellaneous. So, yeah. 9136 came with a back box with this in between, and then a back part of the back box. But then when I unboxed it, I wanted to try and get it off the back box, and that's why it's in pieces now with the like shell part, like the outside of it, the horn and the strobe is basically that. But it does have a strobe mechanism in it, but one of the wires broke off, so don't expect to see videos of it working ever. Maybe in the distant future if I ever fix it. But, yeah. Ah, frick. I just noticed something. Speaking of the 9136, I forgot about the speaker. Hold on, I'm gonna get that really quick. Alright, I'm back, and I also noticed that I forgot to show off that bell earlier, which I'll get to in a minute. But anyways, all stuff has been said about this. Move on to this. And I don't even know what this is. But whatever a 2190 9163 is. Let me read this on the back, see if this has any information. It's like a circuit. And then powered by a 4020. And this also came from my school. And like I said earlier, school had a 4020. And then these, the 4100. So I'm guessing that's why they removed this, because I don't know if limited option was a good thing or not, but apparently not. That's why this is in my ownership now. But yeah, again, no idea what this really is, but again, it'd be nice if whatever it is a signaling device. Probably. Anyways, here is the speaker of the 9136. Oh yeah, and I pushed that in because I'm an idiot. This is back in like, I'll say 2021, 2022. It was in January, I believe. So yeah, since I pushed that in, it's going to sound like crap. If this ever gets hooked up, either I'm going to have to get a new one to replace this, even though this is a speaker of a potential prototype, and I am stupid, and I pushed it in, and now I can't get it back out. I hate myself. Anyways, so yeah, I might have to get a replacement for that, or I might just stick one of my mechanical horns in there, or if I get I don't know. We'll let the future decide. Alright, last but not least, this is my Vanguard Protection System V225FT bell, which can be wound up. That is loud. And then you can turn the other way, and it'll just, yeah. I think this was found like an attic or something in one of the houses where part of my family lives. But yeah, it also looks like it's missing something on the front, because I've seen stuff where like there's something that holds down this thing, which I'm fairly certain prevents the belt. So you would have to wind it up, and then you have to hold this down. Then when you release it, it will just set off. Alright, so that was all my fire alarms in my collection. Well, mostly one, because there's one that's lost, and it's a rip-off of a Spectre Alert Classic. And, yeah. So anyways, plans for the mini system. One thing I want to do is, get another board and then set it up like this. But I want it to have, like, either AC devices or single gang back boxes. Though I can just as easily, just switch one of these out for a single gang. Another thing I want to do is put these two boards together so it can be one larger board. This is kind of what it would look like. Either that, or I would just get another board that's roughly around the size, or maybe a bit bigger. Perhaps I could maybe I could squeeze another pool station right there at some point. And then maybe put one or two more alarms there. Maybe this will get some use, but I think that's going too far in the future at least for now. And then another thing I want to do at some point with this mini system, though again probably really far in the future, is try and put it on a wall. Well, that's if I get but that would also mean I'd probably want a bigger board, because these things are small and it's easy for me to take them places. Yeah. I also don't know how wiring would work, because it would have to go through the back. Unless I do like little pipes or something, like some of those like metal pipe things that you can like connect here, and then it like goes places, and it bends, and it can go here or something. I don't know how that would work. Well, I mean, I kind of just explained it actually, because I used the pipes and stuff. But yeah. And then one last thing for the mini system is trying to somehow make it so that I can put fire alarms flush on the thing, so I can like put this here like that, or maybe like have the 2901 9840 or the 4040 with a flush mount plate be flush on the wall instead of needing back boxes. This one, we just cut a hole, or me and my dad, we both made this. We just cut a hole in the back so the mechanism could be back there. That's kind of how I want it to, like, be. Well, I mean, that's probably the only way you can do it. Unless you just cut all the stuff off of the alarm so it's just sitting there, but it's flush now. But I don't want to do that. So, yeah. And then one thing before I stop the video, I am getting a new alarm, and it should be here by next week, meaning a new unboxing video is coming out. And I am pretty excited for the alarm that will be shown, because I didn't expect to find one of these online, and I didn't expect to get one in my hands, or at least so soon. But yeah, so anyways, if you're stuck around for this long for whatever reason, feel free to sound off in the comments. Again, if they're enabled on here, they might not be for some reason. They were disabled on another collection video I made. But yeah, like I said, feel free to sound off in the comments what you think the alarm might be. And I guess there's not really much else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, I guess you can like the video or dislike it if you don't like it for, I mean, I'm sure there are quite a bit of reasons. Probably one, because I don't know, I feel like I'm dragging out the videos a bit, or at least this one anyway, with my excessive talking. And that's one reason why, that's one negative thing I have to say about going back to mini system test videos. Unless I just somehow do like no commentary ones, where it's just like, text here, this is a pull station, this is a 4903 9101, let's test it, and I pull it and it sounds off. Anyways, enough rambling. Goodbye.